Hi guys, welcome. So today we're tackling another day of ABC Apples Challenge by Crafty by Tony and Seven Plaza. I'm really excited. So today is D. I've put it here so that I don't forget. And D is distress. That's pretty easy. I got my, distress oxide, distress inks right here. And then we have digitals. So I'm going to use, I've been using these quite a lot, but I love them. I'm going to use my fieldwork labels. I have some random number labels that I've also put on Etsy very recently, and they're gorgeous, so have a look. And these are not out yet, so I'm not sure I'm going to use them. We'll see. But I have these, which I think they're so pretty, but I don't think I'm going to use them, and I'll show you why. Then decoupage, that's pretty easy. Die cuts are over here, and dangles, which we need not to forget if we want to use them. So I have been working on my 100-day project, which is a few file folders with like a lot of life science themes. So you have birds, insects, plants, sea, rocks, and today we're going to do something for our rock project. So when I made these, it was a bit of a mess. I just went too high for the rock that was over here. So there's this little problem here, but it's not a problem. We're going to solve it today. So I just got this file folder here that I'm going to use to make my little pocket for today. And I want to make a pocket because D is also for divot. So we're going to do a divot. So I need to remember that. Then I'm going to just trace it out so that I remember that this is here. Wow, this is not very visible. I'll just use, and 2B means it's darker. We're just going to do it again. 2B, I guess it might be for bold. You have hard, it's H, B is like bold, and then you have H and B for the pencils. I don't even know what I'm saying. Now, over here we have about 2 centimeters, so I'm just going to do 2 more centimeters here. There, so that's going to be 2 extra centimeters here. We're gonna have 1 to fold around. Somewhere over there. And then another centimeter. Okie dokie. Now I'm just going to, I don't even know if what I'm saying is, I feel like I'm not finishing any of my sentences. Do you guys understand what I'm saying? Okay, so I'm just going to cut this off. And this way, well, no, it's not gonna fit. Just gonna go with my scissors and then finish with my machine. Let's try to finish our sentences today. There we go. Sorry if it moves too much. For now, the camera, my phone, is attached to the desk. I was thinking of attaching it, to like a wall or something, but I got a standing desk. Well, you can sit and stand, and I've been standing all day and it feels pretty great. I think at some point I will have to sit down because I'm not very sporty. So yeah, but I don't know how I can do this, having my camera attached somewhere else, and you know, having the desk going up and down. I don't think it's possible. I don't know if that makes any sense. Okay, so this is 9, and half of 9 is 4.5. So we're going to do our divot, first part of the challenge, right here. There, that's one part done. Yes, it looks okay on the other side as well. Then I'm going to do probably 5 millimeters at the top, 5 millimeters at the bottom. Something like this. I think, is this 5 millimeters? That's not 5 millimeters. Okay, so we have 5 millimeters here, 5 here. This I'm going to go by hand there. Then over here, I think we could have more. 1 centimeter would look good. So let's do 1 centimeter. So this is so that I can glue this piece of acetate. I need like a frame so that it doesn't pop out. So I'm going to draw it and then I will remove it with my cutter, or I don't know if you use cutter. Cutter, is that a French word? Well, it's obviously pretty English, but this, what is this? In French, it's un cutter, which sounds very English to me, so I'll just keep on using it until someone tells me the actual name, I guess. Okay, then here and over here. There we go. Okay, and it's just, this should be not visible, but just in case. Alrighty, then I'm going to cut off, trim the excess here that I don't actually need for my pocket. And now we're going to fold. And let's remember that it's the wrong side so that I don't have to remove all my pencil marks. There we, oh no! Well, I guess I'm just gonna have to remove my pencil marks. Never mind. Okay, let's remove the pencil marks with the magic of editing. Boom, that's done. Next, let's distress. And I'm going to use frayed burlap because this is, I don't know, I don't feel like it's the right color for distress oxide. It calls like for darker. Even though I do have a lot of distress oxide on this thing. Let's distress the inside as well. And this will be hidden, so I don't need to distress that. Well, I hope. All right. And I got this. Yay! That's my first time using it. Okay, so that's done. Then I guess we could attach it just to make sure we don't forget to attach it. That would be a great idea. So I'm just gonna go all the way around with my roll-on glue like this. and often it's just a bit too much. Okay, something like this looks good. Okay, and well, I can feel it, it's like sticky. Wow, that's very sticky. So I'm going to use some masking tape to hide those sticky areas so that it doesn't stick to whatever we put underneath. So I'm just gonna do about this size, I think. Maybe. I'll get it smaller if needed. Right there. And right here. Then maybe that's too big. There's some glue there. Bam. Okay, should be perfect. And I'm just going to add this for strength. There we go. Okay, that's the base of our pocket all done. Then we have digitals, decoupage, die cuts, and dangles. So I was thinking of doing a little cluster here, which was C, I guess, but that's okay. I was thinking of using some of these. This is a digital kit that I'm working on. It's all about photos of, you know, entomology, like natural sciences stuff. Entomology, the study of trees, and there's people studying like fossils, and there's all sorts of stuff, and it's really, really cool. I love them so much. I don't know if I have a lot about rocks, but this could be probably, you know, at the back, maybe, like in a card. But I don't know. I think it would take away from the rock there, although this is not taking away so much. We'll see about the card later. Let's just focus on the pocket today. So I need something. I thought about another rock, but that is just too big. This is just as big. Do we have anything a bit smaller? I think I'm going to use this because this is pretty cool. Okay, this is about masseurs, so I guess we're gonna have to hide that. But I really quite like this. Maybe something like this. I really like also the distress that we can see right there. And maybe some labels. We might need like big labels. And I'm not sure about the rock anymore, because it's pretty big. I need a smaller rock. How's that? Something like this. Maybe we could add some more labels. Ooh, we could do stamps. Ooh, we could do stamps on the sides. Let's do stamps. I got some really pretty stamps with numbers. Okay, what would we want? I like the city of New York. That would be pretty cool. It could be like a sample from the city of New York. When I want to do black, like really, really black, I use my VersaFine, because because it's quite nice. But let's try to keep it straight. Okay. That looks amazing. Then I like to clean my stamps every time I use them. Ooh, I have this here. That could be really cool. It would be cooler if it was smaller, and I do have a digital about that. Let me find it. All right, so I made a page. I cut up everything, but you know, I made all of these, and I think this would look really cool. I mean, you do need to know how much it measures, right? Your little specimen, and we need something quite thin, quite vintage. Not pink, don't want pink. Doesn't need to be too thin because it's quite thick, this. But that's just a bit too thick, maybe. And I'm thinking without the metallic, it's gonna be too thin, too thick. This could be nice. Too white, too thick, too thick, too thick, too thick. That's very vintage. A bit too yellow. Let's go with this one. And I'm going to put it right there. We're going to distress it and cut it here. There. Let's distress. One recommendation that I have is that on the same project, try to keep the same ink if it's just for distressing. If you want to add colors, just go crazy. But if you're trying to distress, I think it looks quite nice when it's all the same colors. All right, now let's just glue that. And do you think this would be nice as a digital kit? Would you guys be interested in this? I think it would look really cool. I'll see if I use it a lot in my 100-day project. Okay. Maybe we could put it on the other side. Maybe we still can. Didn't want to put it here because there's this right there, so it's a shame. I think it's gonna be hard to have some what's it, dangles. I've not been adding any dangles in my things. Maybe another stamp. It could be a number something like that. I think this one is longer, and this time I'm going to use frayed burlap so that it's not too visible. Just put it right there. That looks pretty cool. Okay, then we could add, we have photographic sample, specimen sample, something like this, and I quite like the writing there. So specimen sample, does it fit? Does it fit? Yes, it fits. Let's do the specimen sample in black, I think, so it kind of pops out. Maybe straight would be nice. There. Let's clean it up. And then I said the writing, not in black because it's going to look too dark. I would like this one. It might be too, like, you might not see it, but Yeah, just a little bit. Okay, and maybe just one line there, something like this. Okay, I'm quite liking this. I don't think it's kind of like enough. I think it needs a bit more still. Let's try to just glue what we have so far. And our label. So this is from my numbers labels. Okay, it's looking really nice. And I quite like the fact that it's, you know, distressed like this. I feel like it's still missing something. And I would quite like, you know, with D we can put dangles, but how? Because this is a pocket, so it kind of needs to be flat. I quite like this right here. I'm just gonna do it. Maybe with tacky glue. I think I have an idea because I have this. It's a piece of leather. What if we attach this to our pocket and then we had a little dangle there? Because then it would be like outside the page. I think that would be really cool. I think that would be really, really cool. Okay, let's just do that. My crocodile is not long enough to go through that, so I'm going to use some brads, maybe a big one. Yep, big one looks good. I'm going to put a little bit of textile glue to glue the textile so that it doesn't move too much, like so. And then I want it to be glued here, like so. Okay, then I want to make a little hole there, right in the middle. Ooh. Okay. Wow, that's really, really strong. Maybe I need my crocodile after all, at least to go through this. I hope it will. I'm gonna go with the small one. Okay. That was easy enough. Then we'll do a hole right in the middle there. Okay. And then I would like to put one of these so that we can put the dangle. I don't know if it's going to be too much. Maybe it's going to be super ugly. I hope not. Okay, it's not super ugly. It's just a bit strange. I don't know. Let me know in the comments if you think it's just weird or if it looks good. Right, then we need, so Distressed Digitals, Decoupaged die cuts and dangles. But I was thinking we could use one of these to make it look nice. I'm afraid people might be a bit, you know, like, where's the pocket? Is it too much? Is it the wrong color? Maybe green? It looks a little bit too girly. Okay, maybe we're not going to do any of these. That's it. We can still do a little dangle. This is my box of metallic stuff. I am looking for something not too girly. This was a necklace I made for myself, and we want a color a bit like this one. We could just put one of these, I like them, and then one with color. I'm going to go with this one. I think it looks a little bit like quartz, and since this is all about stones, we'll do that. So I need this with the flat end. I'm going to add big one first, then the small one. I'm going to cut it about a bit less than 1 centimeter. Then I'm going to do like this, and then with rounded edges, I'm going to just turn it around, put this in there, and whoops, I'll put it back after. Just make sure it's right there and very closed and stuff. And then that's it. We got a dangle, and it's really pretty. And it's very stony, I guess. Well, stone, like a stone, not like stone. Anyways, moving on. I think we're done. I think this is it. I don't know if you like it. I think I love it. It's going to look so great in my journal that I haven't done yet. If you like my videos, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will make a journal, like a whole field label for rocks and mineralogy, gemology, geology, all of that. And yeah, we'll see you guys in the next video, which is going to be day E for the ABC April. And it's going to be ephemera, embellishment, envelope, entomology, ooh, embossing. And I added eyelet and edge, which is so cool. Entomology, definitely going to do something really cool with that. All right, hope you like it. See you guys soon. Bye.